Hello friends, Mark Holmes here with my buddy CowboyJobu, and as always, thank you guys for watching, commenting, and subscribing to the Jobu Sports Report. Because without you guys, well, this just doesn't work, and I'm truly thankful for all of you guys because you guys have helped me to realize, or begin to realize, one of my dreams and things. I never thought when I got started doing pictures of Jobu that we would end up being right here. You know, having Ari on last night from San Antonio ESPN was incredible. But this is really just the beginning. I'm working on some stuff that it's going to be really good for all of us, me, the channel, interactions with you guys, and I am looking forward to this season. And I'm hoping that maybe, just maybe, our team will be able to get together and we'll feel the joy that the Eagles felt this year. And on that note, Jobu needs a refill. Now here's the thing. We got a lot of moving parts that are happening with our team right now. The team that was in 2017 will not be the same team in 2018. It's the natural order of things. There's going to be change. Some good, some bad. And honestly, being an NFL owner, GM, coach, it's a crapshoot. Sometimes it's just you're throwing shit on the wall and hoping that it sticks. I don't care how good you are at drafting. I look at a draft pick as a 50-50 proposition. You got a 50-50 chance of that person being a bust or being a Hall of Famer. It's just the way it is. Nobody saw Dak Prescott playing the way he did his rookie year, or else he wouldn't have been a fourth-round pick. People thought Paxton Lynch was going to be the better quarterback, and how's that working out for Denver, who is looking like they're going to jettison a lot of veteran players so they can try and make a run at Kirk Cousins? It is a crapshoot. You're going to make some decisions that you're going to look back and say, damn, what were we thinking? But right now, the Cowboys have said that basically they're pretty much looking at keeping Byron Jones at cornerback. I, for one, believe that he should have been a cornerback all along. And I believe they stunted his growth by switching him back and forth. You know, he's become a jack of all trades, but hasn't really mastered one or the other. To me, he's a freak of nature. You've seen him do the standing broad jump and jump out the building. You've seen him pop his knee out and pop that sucker right back in. You see the leaping ability. But what you don't see is the hitting ability that you want from your safety. Our Cowboys have been missing a true safety since Darren Woodson. We thought Roy Williams was going to be the guy. He was good for a couple of years, but, you know, didn't work out. But we need a safety that is a guy who can make plays, a Troy Polamalu type. And with them saying that we're going to go ahead and keep Byron Jones at cornerback, well, you start looking at this and you say, okay, we got enough cornerbacks. And I know some of you will say, well, I don't know, we didn't do so good on defense the first part of the season. Well, that's because the young guys weren't really on the field. Lewis was consistent throughout the season. Lewis played really well. And you got to say, okay, that guy is a pro football cornerback. Awuzie played really good once he got on the field and they stopped trying to play him with that hamstring before it healed. If he can keep that hamstring in shape, you'll look at him and say, yeah, that's a cornerback. Byron Jones, yeah, he's a cornerback. And I'm not ready to give up on Anthony Brown yet. I think with Kris Richards coming there with those cornerbacks, that he'll be able to work some good stuff with them. And this is where I'm beginning to think, is Kris Richards already having an effect on the Dallas Cowboys? I believe that he is the defensive coordinator in waiting. I'm thinking and hoping, actually, Rod Marnelli. I love him. Love him. I love what he does with defensive linemen. He takes guys that are has-beens, never was, guys you didn't think even had potential, and turns them into really good pass rushers. I always use the George Selvey analogy, but George Selvey is the perfect one. 4 teams in 4 years with 3 sacks, but came to Dallas under Rod Marnelli, became an 8-sack a season guy. David Irving, who was a practice squad guy, took him and made him a beast. Now, we hope that he can stay healthy. Hopefully the concussions won't bother him. But you look what Rod Marnelli's been able to do with that defensive line. My beef on our cornerbacks is we don't press enough. We give 8-yard cushions. And to me, if you're an NFL offensive coordinator, you're going to look at that and say, man, they're giving us a 5-yard out. They got no chance to stop that. And you take that stuff all day until they change up. But with Kris Richards, who the architect of the Legion of Boom, I'm hoping he recreates it and makes it the Legion of Doom. See what I did there? Tied it in with Doomsday Defense, Legion of Doom. And with that being said, does that mean he's looking for an Earl Thomas type, a Cam Chancellor type of safety? I think them moving Byron Jones and saying he's a cornerback really opens up the door for Earl Thomas to be coming to Dallas to be that safety. A guy who right now will be a stopgap for a few years. A guy who knows the system, who can help get the other guys acclimated to it. And a guy who still has some production left. And a guy that the Dallas Cowboys haven't had in a long time. Now again, I don't have any proof of this. This is just me putting the pieces together, the gears grinding. You probably heard the squeaking in my head. But you can kind of look and say, okay, we're making some changes. Now I know a lot of you guys will say, Jeff Heath, man, he's a starting safety for us. Yeah, he got more interceptions than anybody else on the team. I'll give you that, but he's not that Legion of Doom safety that you want. He seems to me to always be chasing the receivers from behind, as opposed to playing with his heads up and seeing what's going along in front of him on the field and being able to get there with speed and deliver a blow. That's what I want for my safety. A guy with some edge. A guy who's a little bit maybe off, a little bit of that Charles Haley streak in him. And I know that sounds crazy because, well, I'm talking about Charles Haley. But we need a guy who not only puts fear in the other guys, also puts a little fear about me screwing up, because he will put a foot in my behind. It's going to be interesting to see what we do with this team. And guys, you realize the combine is less than 2 weeks away. So guys, there is no off season in football. We got a lot of work to do. And I'm still working here on the man cave. I'm rearranging some stuff, adding some stuff, taking some stuff away, and I'm really digging this place. And I'm hoping that I may have something really, really big happening here. Actually, 2 things really big happening right here at Jobu's Man Cave. And I'll share that stuff with you later on. I'm Mark Holmes, guys. It's Cowboy Jobu. And thank you guys for watching the Jobu Sports Report. I'll see you later.
Hey friends, Cowboy Jobu here at the Jobu Report. The Dallas Cowboy fans are elated. The Redskin fans, not so much. How about them Cowboys? Wait a minute. What the fuck? Talk about your confused fans. But who cares? The Dallas Cowboys beat the Washington Redskins for the 3rd time in a row at FedEx. Gotta love it.